Welcome back to The Woman Factor. Our next guests tonight are three women associated with Liberty Dwelling, a nonprofit organization focused on young adults aging out of the foster care system. What is the mission of Liberty Dwelling?
Well, I can answer that. The mission of Liberty Dwelling is to provide a safe place for young adults who are aging out of the foster care system. I don't know if you know this, but the majority of the time when the young adults age out, they have nowhere to go. So our mission is to provide them with a place, and more than a place, we're going to provide them with mentorship to teach them the skills and the resources that they need to become productive citizens of Terrebonne and Lafourche parishes.
Mm-hmm. So what does Liberty Dwelling mean to each of you?
I've had teenagers that have aged out of my home. And I think the community at large was probably a lot like me, thinking that foster care is, you think of these children who are temporarily living with these wonderful foster families, and then they get to go back home. And that's how I thought of it when I first started doing it 5.5 years ago. But I soon learned that not every child goes into a foster family to begin with to get that good basic nurturing and the knowledge and the support that they need to learn how to be productive adults. So a lot of them go into group home institutions, especially if they come into the system as teenagers. Mm-hmm. And then also they don't all go back home. So what happens when they don't go back home is either they become adopted and do become parts of a family who will then take them and guide them and nurture them, just like we would our own children, but sometimes they don't become adopted, in which case they age out of the system. And one of my first teenagers aged out of the system, and I was very disappointed and very shocked to see that just basically they walk out of your home and there's very little that happens to help these kids. Mm-hmm. So this is very personal to me. Being a foster parent and having children that do age out of my home, I would love to think that they would have a place to go where they can get the basics and the nurturing and the guidance and the extra support that any of our children would get when they leave home. Right. So that's it's very important to have that for our community as well. Mm-hmm. We don't want to see these kids become homeless and then maybe have to resort to crime or be a derelict on the streets, and that damages us as a community. Right. Mm-hmm. So I think it's very important for us and for these children to provide a safe place for them to be, a place for mentoring and a safe place to live. And a place where they can grow and become productive adults.
Right,
and be loved.
Yes, and that's an important thing.
It is, yeah, it is.
Yes, and donations are extremely important to your organization. How can people contact you all or donate?
Yes, donation is very important because right now we have no solid support. We're just running by faith and little here, little there. But if anyone listening would like to donate, they can either send us a check to Liberty Dwelling, and the address is 7705 Park Avenue, or you could go to the website and donate as well. We have a website up, and that's libertydwelling.org.
Okay, awesome. Well, I wish we could talk more, but unfortunately that's all the time we have left for this segment tonight. Thank you all for your hard work put into the Liberty Dwelling organization.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.